You've clicked on this video, so you must be here because the choices that you are making is causing you to mismanage your currency, and this is due to you not recognizing the difference between consumption and experiences. And it is what is causing you to use your power of choice to be a victim of your surroundings. So let's find out what is hiding in the shadows, your rejected self. What choices did you recently make from a state of consumption that caused you to mismanage your currency? And what would you have to do to start trusting in your ability to be intentional with planning your finances? Therefore, you can start using your power of choice to manage your currency to create meaningful experiences in your life. Now let's uncover what that is by becoming a conscious observer to understand how you are using the energy of Gate 2, direction of self, to be a victim of your surroundings in this shadow work session. Now, if you're new to this channel, then welcome to Divine Blueprint, where we help you to empower your power of choice as you awaken the divine design in you. And if you're not new, then welcome back. And don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Now, just a reminder, this session can also be used at any time as part of your shadow work for your self-discovery and healing journey. Now, in this shadow work session, I will help you to understand the following. What is the difference between consumption versus experiences? How it affects your power of choice and causes your currency to be displaced? And at the end, you will decide how you will direct your currency to create experiences. Now, the tools you need for this shadow work session is a notebook or a journal, something to write with, some tea or beverage of your choice, and a candle, and your human design blueprint. Now, if you're new to human design, you can get a free human design blueprint online. We also offer a human design foundational workshop every month to help you to understand how to read your own energy and how your energy affects your power of choice, so that you can learn how to manage it and use your power of choice to make decisions and take actions that are specifically to you. So check out our link in the description box to learn how you can enroll in our upcoming workshop. So let's get started. Now, I like to start every session briefly going over your power of choice. Now, choices are what dictates every part of your life, and they determine what you will experience, how you will experience it, who you will experience it with, and when you will experience it. So therefore, learning to make a wise choice is vital. Now, a wise choice is effective and intelligent, but in order to make a wise choice, you have to have the power of discerning. You have to start recognizing the difference between what is truth and the ability to make a decision based on that truth that is accurate and fair. And this is where looking at your shadow will help. You see, your shadow is the part of yourself that you reject. And this rejection stems from many choices that were made from either by you or someone else. And the result of these choices affected your thoughts. They affected your emotions and your behaviors negatively, making you a victim to those choices. And when you are being a victim to those choices, it is because you are not using your full capacity, your intelligence, to comprehend general truth. So therefore, you will make choices from a state of guilt, a state of neglect, abandonment, and a lack of trust, and it will keep you living your life filled with lies. So to help you to consciously see how you are playing victim, this is where looking at the energies in human design helps. You see, this particular shadow work session is based on the human design gate 2, called direction of self, and it's also known as higher knowing. Now, to understand how the energy of gate 2 affects you directly, then looking at your human design blueprint will be of use. Now, gate 2 stores its energy in the identity center, and this chakra center is the feminine side of the heart chakra, which relates to your emotional body. Now, the identity center holds the energy of your identity, your sense of self, your sense of direction, and what you are here to give to the world. How you know what your mission, your purpose, and your assignment is. Now, the energy here also determines how you love and forgive yourself, as well as others, and the joy you allow in your life, and how you manage yourself. Now, this center has a connection to your liver, which filters your blood, And the blood embodies the joy and sorrow, the grief in your life, and it carries the memories of your ancestors and how they speak to you through your thoughts, through your emotions, and your behavioral patterns. It's how you determine your right to love and be loved. Now, when you are living in the shadow of your identity center, you will live in a state of lack of self-direction. You don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going, and you don't know why you are here, which will cause you to constantly search for love and direction. You will be afraid to be alone due to feeling weak, which leads to jealousy and eventually betraying yourself and others. Now, since this center stores the feminine energy of the heart chakra, which is where your emotional body resides, it requires boundaries to be in place to ensure that you are using your power of choice to make decisions and take actions that are in the direction that you are meant to go. So when I talk about boundaries, I am talking about your internal boundaries, which is your guidance system that helps you to stay in the correct direction of your life. And this guidance system sets the framework on how you will consume or what you will experience. Now, your internal boundaries will either allow you to manage or mismanage your direction because they are connected to your personal values, your personal mission, and your personal vision. Now, your values are how you get your needs met, and they determine whether the need, what you finance, is something you consume or experience. And your mission defines your purpose, your assignment, your direction in life, and your mismanagement will determine how you limit your direction. And your vision, this is the inspiration and ideals that motivate you towards your direction in life to get those needs met. And when these inspirations and ideals are not nurtured due to your lack of intentional planning, it creates dysfunctions in your surrounding, causing you to misuse your power of choice. Now, the strength of your internal boundaries, which is your vision, mission, and values, are necessary when you are using your power of choice to make decisions and take actions because they help you to see and accept the truth. So let me take a moment to invite you into my 9-week mentorship program called The Time for You that focuses on strengthening your internal boundaries. Now, this mentorship program will contain a small group of people so that we can get intimate and we can focus on the 9 power of choice principles that help you to identify and strengthen your internal boundaries, giving you back your power so that you can start being intentional with your power of choice. Now, to learn more about this program and to secure your seat, then click the link in the description box to be taken to my online university. I look forward to seeing you in our next program. So let's get into what is the difference between consumption versus experiences. Now, consumption is an energy of destroying. It's a wasteful energy. And when you are in the energy of consumption, you are known as a consumer. Now, a consumer is someone who squanders or is wasteful. It's a destroyer of things, such as your resources, your finances. Now, when you take the energy of abundance and prosperity, which collectively we all tie to what is called money, but in actuality is really currency. It's a medium of exchange that circulates energy from one hand to another. It's a condition of flowing from one energy being to another. And each time you are in the energy of consumption, you are passing wasteful energy from yourself to another. Now, this consumption energy is an unguided energy that causes you to lose faith in your ability to trust in your power of choice because you can't get a glimpse of what your true vision is. And this is what is keeping you displaced, a lack of intentional direction. So it's time to become a conscious observer. And let's reflect on the following. 1, what are you using your currency to consume and why? 2, how is your consumption affecting your currency and why? And how is it causing you to feel displaced? 3, how is your consumption affecting your life and why? And last, how is your consumption causing you to distrust your power of choice? And what would you have to change to start building trust? Now be gentle with yourself and take the time to reflect on your thoughts, feel into the emotions, and recognize the behaviors and the patterns that are coming up for you. So let's move into experience. Now, experience is an energy of knowledge. It's about gaining energy, doing things that allow you to see and accept the truth. And when you are experiencing life, you have to live it, and living it requires you to be intentional. And being intentional requires trusting in the direction that you are being pulled to. It's about detaching from the old and having faith to follow the new experiences with enjoyment and connectedness. And when you are in the energy of experience, you are using your power of choice to make decisions and take actions from a state of knowing what is the best direction to take that is in alignment with your mission, that is in alignment with your purpose. And when you are using your currency, the medium of exchange that circulates energy from one hand to another, you create a flow of energy that is synced with the rhythm of life. And each time you pass this energy to an individual, they're gifted with the energy of knowledge. So it's time again to become a conscious observer, and let's reflect on the following. 1. What experience are you currently creating in your life and why? 2. What knowledge have you gained from these experiences? And last 3, in what ways has your experiences impacted your power of choice? Now be gentle with yourself and take the time to reflect on the thoughts, feel into the emotions, and recognize the behaviors and the patterns that are coming up for you. So let's move into how it affects your power of choice and causes your currency to be displaced. Now, when your power of choice is displaced, it is known as a crisis. So let me explain crisis and shadows. Now, displacement is a lack of placement energy. It's a lack of direction. It's a confusion in the direction your spirit is needing to go. And this is because you lack planning. This lack of planning is what fuels the crisis. And the reason why you lack planning is because you lack knowing. You don't know what to do and you don't know why. And the way you gain knowing is only through experiences. And this misdirection is what keeps you in an illusionary state, a distrust when using your power of choice. Now, crisis is a turning point in your life. It's a change of direction. And this occurs when a life-changing decision has to be made, but you are too afraid to make the decision. And this is due to your accumulation of choices that has been made from a lack of planning, from a lack of knowing, from a lack of experience, which resulted in unfavorable outcomes. And these unfavorable outcomes have caused you to distrust yourself, making it hard for you to make a decision due to feeling displaced. And this displacement provokes the shadow, the rejected part of yourself, which causes you to focus on only seeing your choices from either your masculine or your feminine energetic personalities instead of both, because it separates your masculine and feminine states. Now, your masculine and feminine states work off the law of polarity. And the law of polarity states that everything has a polar opposite. Now, the masculine energy holds your positive energies and the feminine energy holds your negative energies. And these energies vibrate up and down, known as polarity. And this polarity is your single unified energetic personality, and this is known as your true authentic self. This is your true energy. This is when your masculine and your feminine energy are in harmony with one another. And you see they are working in unity. They are interdependent and they are fully connected to your spiritual support team, your divine oneness. And this is what allows you to get a full sense of the world so that you can take inspired actions and seize the opportunities that present themselves. Now, in order for your true energy to interact with life, it interacts with it through dual energetic personalities, and this is known as duality. This is also known as split energetic personalities. Now, this duality exposes you to the pair of opposites such as light and dark, cause and effect, better and worse, good and bad, objective, subjective, conscious and unconscious, and I can go on. Now, this push and pull is what creates the dynamic of what you will experience in your life. And when you come across an experience that requires you to make a hard choice, but the direction of those choices make you feel extremely uncomfortable because you don't know where it may lead you, it will cause you to then ignore the truth and replace that truth with some form of facts. You see, this is that lie that is sprinkled with a little bit of truth just to keep you from making that choice. And as a result, you will have to put on a mask. And this mask is the rejected part of yourself. And this is known as your shadow. You see, being in this rejected state causes you to make choices from a displaced feeling of confusion with no plan. And this displaced feeling blocks your connection with your spiritual support team, making it hard for you to feel the guidance, their direction when they are communicating with you on how to take action. And this lack of guidance and direction causes you to take direction from your external environment instead of trusting the direction from your internal environment. You see, this distrust makes you afraid to create boundaries, and boundaries are the rules and laws that you live by to help you move your life forward on your mission and in your purpose. And this energy of distrust tends to attract people who will always make you feel unsafe, which plays on your power of choice and keeps you in your shadow. You see, shadows are not bad. They are a part of your spiritual growth and development, your spiritual maturity, and they are formed due to some type of fear. And this fear has caused you to reject different parts of yourself. Now, the fear created the shadow is associated to a belief that you've accepted and that keeps you in a state of displacement, a lack of direction. And the acceptance of this belief has caused you to compromise yourself and give away your authority, your value, your power to the belief, becoming its victim. Now, this victimization energizes your thoughts, your words, and your emotional behaviors, which fuels your power of choice, causing your power of choice to become weakened and lack the motivation to take action on your creativity. All of the shadow behaviors associated with these emotional states keep you in an addictive state of suffering, constantly giving your willpower away, and it leads you to using your power of choice to not make any decision and to not take any action. And as a result, you will endure their tough consequences in many areas of your life, such as your relationships, your finances, and in everything around you, keeping you in this crisis mode. Now, the shadow of displacement shows up in two ways depending on which dualistic state you are in. Now, in your masculine, which is your logical, which in its shadow will cause you to fight or flight. And in this displacement state, you will appear as being controlling, authoritative, trying to rule everything around you. And this is because you have a deep-rooted anger due to not feeling in control of the direction of your life. Therefore, you will try to control your experiences through your consumption. Now, in your feminine, in your imagination, which in its shadow will cause you to freeze or fawn. And in this displacement state, you will appear as being lost, wasted, gone astray. And this is due to feeling a lack of direction in your life. You see, you feel like you have no purpose. Therefore, you behave selfishly. You start consuming everything to satisfy your empty need to experience life. Now, both shadow personalities don't allow you to see and accept the truth. And as a result, it undermines your power of choice, and your power of choice affects your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors. So it's important to understand how each choice you are making is causing you to live a lie or to live in truth. Now, your ability to recognize truth is based on how rooted you are in your values, in your mission, and your vision. And when you're living your life based on your own values, your own mission, and your own vision, then all of your choices will run through your power of choice system from your internal boundaries. Now, again, your internal boundaries are connected to your values, your mission, and your vision. And it acts as a first line of guidance to help you determine which choice is aligned to your unique energetic blueprint. Now, to help you to align yourself to your internal boundaries, which are different for each individual based on their unique energetic divine blueprint, then I would like to invite you into my 9-week mentorship program called A Time for You. You see, in this mentorship program, we focus on strengthening your internal boundaries, which allows you to be intentional with your power of choice because it helps you to see and accept the truth. So to learn about this program and to grab your seat, then click the link in the description box. Now it's time again to become the conscious observer and reflect on the following. 1. What are you currently consuming and why? 2. What are some patterns that you can recognize that shows you the difference between when you are trying to control the direction of your life and when you are feeling lost in the direction of your life? 3. How has your shadow state caused you to try to rule everything around you or feel like you have to go astray? And last, 4, what victim role are you currently animating and what would you have to do to change it? Now be gentle with yourself and take the time to reflect on the thoughts and feel into the emotions and recognize the behaviors and the patterns that are coming up for you. So let's move into deciding on how to direct your currency to create experiences. Now, to move out of your shadow, the victimization, you have to decide to move into love. And this is the purpose of the shadow work session. You see, this shadow work session is to help you to see the different facets of your rejected self that you are animating throughout your life that are not from a place of loving and valuing yourself. And they are the areas where you have given away your willpower, where you have compromised and shut down the different parts of yourself, keeping your energy low and undermining your power of choice. Now, love is a vibration that keeps your energy high, and it's based on adventure, self-responsibility, and accountability, which can only be experienced when you are willing to take the risk and break free from the mind and where you start living from an open heart. This is when you are willing to stop consuming and start being intentionally living your life through experiences to become one with all, with the acceptance that how you consume for yourself will affect the consumption for all, and the experiences that you create for others, you create for you. And this is because you know your value, you know your worth, you know that you are divine, and you are selflessly loving and trusting others, and you are using your power of choice in its full capacity to create. Now, as you move into the vibration of love, it is helpful that you know what your internal boundaries are. And again, these are the laws, the rules that guide your power of choice. Therefore, you are responsible when you are making decisions and taking actions. Now, these boundaries are not something you will voice to the world because their job is to allow you to stay in a single polarity. This is that harmonization of your masculine and feminine polarities so that you can start seeing and accepting the truth. So take a moment to think about what boundaries do you currently have in place and whether those boundaries are allowing you to stay connected to your spiritual support team, and are they allowing you to express your true self, and do they make you take responsibility for the direction of your life? So this is the last time to become the conscious observer, and let's reflect on the following as we end this shadow work session. 1. Based on your understanding of consumption versus experience, which one are you directing your currency towards and why? 2. What beliefs are associated to the way you are using your currency to consume? What beliefs are associated to the way you are using your currency to experience and why? 3. Are you willing to recognize your patterns of feeling lost or controlling so that you can be divinely directed in the direction you are truly meant to go? Why or why not? 4. What are 5 ways you can start understanding your true direction in order to take responsibility for the way you use your currency to move your life forward? And why did you choose these 5? 5. How will you commit to these 5 ways in order to find direction? 6. What boundaries will you have to put in place to ensure that you are staying committed and to take responsibility of your power of choice. Now be gentle with yourself and take the time to reflect on the thoughts and feel into the emotions and recognize the behaviors and the patterns that are coming up for you. Now, as I mentioned in the earlier part of this video, that currency is how you circulate energy from one hand to another. So at this point in your life, are you willing to take a moment to look deep inside yourself to understand how you are using your power of choice to circulate your energy from one hand to another? Because this is a time for you. So don't forget to join me in my 9-week mentorship program called A Time for You, where we focus on the 9 principles to strengthen your internal boundaries, which allow you to be intentional and take responsibility of your power of choice. So to learn more about this program and to secure your seat, then click the link in the description box to be taken to my online university. I look forward to seeing you in our next program. And if this program is not for you, then feel free to check out our other programs. Now that we have completed this shadow work session, how are you going to decide to start using your currency to experience life instead of consuming it? Are you going to flow with life to experience the different and creative facets it has to offer? No matter what you decide, it's your power of choice, and this choice will always meet back up with you at some point, so choose wisely. We look forward to seeing you in our next shadow work session.